lover bag, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we will be doing a comparison of Louis Vuitton and Gucci monogram belt. But before we get started, if you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, please consider subscribing. I upload video every Sunday about luxury items, mainly vintage bag, and I will give a little bit of a history, some background, my honest opinion, and some few suggestions, and hopefully at the end of the video you will learn a thing or two. And on top of that, please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, as this will do a world of good to my channel. Okay, let's get started. So Louis Vuitton and Gucci, both luxury brands, have their own monogram. So for the Louis Vuitton, you can see this. This is their classic monogram. They come in different type of monogram, as Louis Vuitton have a different monogram. So this is their classic. You got the Damier Ebene, you got the Damier Esu, and you also have the graphite. So it depends what kind of monogram you wanted. But this is the most famous one that a lot of people are familiar. Okay, and then you have the classic from Gucci. They call their monogram as Gucci Supreme. They only have one monogram as far as I'm aware, which is this. So once you see the type of monogram, you will know it is already from Gucci. Let's start with the packaging first. Both of them comes in a box, but unfortunately the box is stored quite high, and I hadn't had a chance to get it out and get the ladder and fuff around with that one. So I decided, oh, I'm not going to be doing that. I'm not going to be showing you. Most of you are familiar with the box and the packaging that goes with both brand. But I'll give you the dust bag. So the LV, the Louis Vuitton, comes in this dust bag, and the Gucci comes in their classic brown chocolate or deep brown dust bag. You can see the name Gucci, and then you can see the name Louis Vuitton, which most of you are familiar. Between the two of them, which is the best packaging, that is down to the individual preference. But me personally, I think the Louis Vuitton packaging with their dust bag is more, I'll say, it feels more cottony, if there's a word, cottony. I think this, to me personally, this is a little bit better than the Gucci. Okay, so let's get started. The belt, the buckle or the hardware, they have so many different selections. So you have the silver hardware, you have the matte hardware, like the matte black finish hardware, and they have this is the classic LB hardware that you get. But some of the hardware, they don't have the logo, but they have a different type of belt logo. So I will list that down below in my description, so you have an idea what I'm talking about, and also the different monogram that you might encounter. Okay, the sizing from Louis Vuitton start from 65 to 120. Obviously, when you're choosing a belt size, you have to ask first, where do you want the belt sits on you, whether you want it on the waist or whether you want it on the hips. So if you're sizing it on the hips, then you need a little bit longer than when it's sizing it on to your waist, because the waist is obviously smaller than the hips. You guys, I'm sure, know about that one. Okay, this one is what you called a antique brass gold, if I remember it right. And this is a reversed belt, which is also really good because you can get two for the price of one. Isn't it good? That's the Louis Vuitton. And then if you go to the Gucci, is exactly the same, but the one I'm going to be showing you is the silver hardware, because I do not have the gold hardware of monogram, but I do have an antique hardware as well, which is their classic GG interlocking, which is this. So if you look at it, they're pretty much the same, just a little bit yellowish. It's more goldy, this one, or brassy, compared to the interlocking GG. Having said that, there is this logo have pretty much the same, a bit more goldy looking if you want, because they have, again, they have so many different type of the buckle. But the purpose I'm showing it to you, we're talking about the monogram, isn't it, between these two. Again, the Gucci is reversible. You just flick that. And this one, you can take it out and then obviously turn it the other way around, and it has the logo written in there, Gucci. Okay, on the buckle for the Gucci, you will have this written in there that says Gucci and made in Italy, and they have the R. For the Louis Vuitton, it doesn't have anything. It didn't really say like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, or made in France or Italy, nothing. There's literally nothing on their actual hardware. So that's a difference between the two. Prices. Now, the Louis Vuitton range between 400 to 500, whilst the Gucci range from 300 to 400. So it determine the prices determine the width of the belt, but pretty much that would be the range you're going to pay. Between the two of them, which is more value for money? I think they're all the same. But it's now down to what brand do you like the most? Do you like the Louis Vuitton brand, or do you like the Gucci brand? So, but otherwise, it's not a huge difference. I suppose it's still a little bit of a difference, because a difference is about £100. So it's still a huge difference between the two. The other thing that's different between them is the thickness. Actually, not quite thickness. The leather. So for the Louis Vuitton, it's all flat all the way off the belt. Now the Gucci has some sort of a bit thick on the middle and then thin on the side, where in the belt, it's kind of like hard. You might there you go. You'll see a little bit. So on this side, it's a bit. You can see the stitches, yeah. That you can feel the stitches on both ends, and then it's a bit thicker on the middle part. Unlike the LB, it is the same thickness all the way. I think that's how I'm describing it. Am I describing it correctly? Yes, that's what it is. But craftsmanship, to me, they're the same. They both have a really nice paint edge finish to it. The hardware, the Louis Vuitton is very shiny and reflective. That goes with the Gucci as well. Longevity, I do not know, because I bought them pretty much about the same time, to be honest, and I'm using it pretty much evenly. And so far, war-wise, I think they're both pretty much the same. So I can't, unless obviously I wore one more than the other, that would determine the usage of the leather. The Louis Vuitton is made out of calfskin leather. The Gucci is leather as well, but it's like a modern type leather materials. And I have noticed, as I use the Gucci, the reverse one, the red one, you can see there's a little bit of like a little line to it compared to the Gucci, compared to the Louis Vuitton, because the Louis Vuitton, even though it's calfskin, it has one of those Saffiano type of feeling to it. So when it comes to wear on it, I think long term would be the Louis Vuitton. And then on the actual Louis Vuitton, you will see the class. It would be written in there. They will write in there Louis Vuitton, the serial number, made in France, and then you will see the sizing. On top of that, you can actually ask for initial to be put on them. And as far as I'm aware, it's still free. You can do that both for Gucci and both for LB. So, yeah, that's it. That's the difference between the two. So, it's now down to which is your favorite brand. So, if I'm going to recommend, honestly, I'll recommend them both. I think if you're a fashion lover, if you are a luxury brand addict, then get both of them. On top of that, you can actually get other brands as well. But if you want something that's a little bit discreet, like my normal day-to-day belt, the black one is so simple, then you can get this interlocking rather than the big GG, and it's just literally a plain black. So it's now down to you guys. So which one do you prefer now? LV monogram or Louis Vuitton monogram? That's it for me. Thanks for watching. Remember, keep smiling. It's bye for now.